ImComing versus HerZog.
Welcome to the first match in and the first round of the Masters of Deathmatch tournament. This game is currently between HerZog in red and ImComing in blue. HerZog playing as Franks and ImComing playing as Mongols. These two players will be, this game will be a best of 3, and the winner will advance to round 2. This is a first round game. HerZog is playing in red and ImComing in blue, as you can see from the scores down there. The two players will swap over civilizations in their next game, and if there is no winner after 2 games, they will go to a Persian war. So ImComing now just getting out a heavy camel there and pulling up a few more stables, standard play there, and as you can see, HerZog is doing a very similar build with the stables and barracks coming out early as well. It already looks like he's decided to spread out across the map quite a lot. HerZog in red there has got quite a lot of buildings already down and ready to be built. Looks like he's just tasking his villagers to each different building, which is a great way to just get the villagers on different buildings early on. Bit of scouting action going on now, and also to point out, this map is Green Arabia. It's a special Green Arabia map for this tournament, and yes. Okay, so ImComing with quite a close tight build there with 4 castles surrounding his first town centre. Those castles will be, of course, churning out Mangadais. Mangadais are extremely effective against siege weapons, so HerZog is not likely to be building too much siege in this game, as the Mangadai will be able to cut through that extremely quickly. ImComing has access to siege rams. As Mongols, he will probably be using quite a lot of siege weapons there as well. HerZog's main army is going to consist of halberdiers and paladins. Frankish paladins, of course, being what they are famous for. And ImComing's looking to have a strong force as well, with heavy camels being super effective against cavalry units. That paladins are going to be cut through quite easily if ImComing has a large amount of camels there. However, pound for pound, paladins are stronger than camels, and we'll see where he goes with it. ImComing doing a very close build here. He's really keeping himself in, and HerZog is very much expanding right across the map here. He's got lots of buildings coming out, and he's going to burn through his resources extremely quickly, no doubt. Doesn't look like he's set a gather point for any of these buildings yet. He'll probably do that once they're all up by giving them the double click and selecting their location as so. Okay, so quite a lot of villagers now out already for HerZog, and he's just building up his production facilities, and no castles out for him yet, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's going to go later into castles. However, town centre there and a town centre here already, which means that he looks like he's going to go quite heavily economically. If you compare that to what ImComing's got, ImComing hasn't got a town centre going up yet at all. As we can see there, 2 workshops, siege workshops, so no doubt some onagers and some siege rams coming out of there. And now we have, it looks like to be a first push from HerZog with quite a large force of halberdiers and paladins right behind. I don't know whether he's actually moving out yet or not. We will soon see. HerZog now going for the forward castles rather than building castles at his base, and we can instantly tell the difference between these two players. ImComing is playing very defensively with 4 castles around his first town centre, garrisoning units in this castle here as they are being built as well. HerZog, on the other hand, going very aggressive with the castles right at the front there, and if he manages to get them up and hold these areas, because these areas are, the sort of choke points on the map. You can't really call them choke points, but they are kind of separated by trees. So if he can gain and control these areas, he'll be in quite a good situation. Rolling out across the map now with a lot of halberdiers and paladins, and more halberdiers to back that up. Wouldn't surprise me if he's going to go very aggressive early on. Of course, those halberdiers are going to be able to take out heavy camels fairly easily, but we don't want to get in range of those onagers. Those onagers will cut through them extremely quickly, as we might just see now. Of course, Onagers can backfire as well. They take out your own units extremely quickly and extremely easily. But as we can see there, that force of Halberdiers pretty much all gone already. Elite Mangudais, they're just backing it up there. And it looks like HerZog's first push is going to be fairly unsuccessful. However, he's following it up with more Halberdiers in the rear as well as Paladins. He's sent another villager over this castle here, and this castle over here is already up. So he could be looking at quite a strong push here. He's probably not going to be creating the elite throwing axemen. They won't be too effective for him in this situation. However, the castles can provide a nice watch post, or an outpost rather, and give HerZog a nice map visibility there. A fifth castle coming up for ImComing now, and let's have a look at what ImComing's doing economically. He's got two town centres on the way up, and let's compare that to HerZog with 1, 2, 3, another one there, 4, and so it looks like HerZog is going to be ahead economically. He's already got those town centres up, and ImComing hasn't got one up at all yet, other than his original of course. So Deathmatch isn't just all about your ability to stream units and as many men as you possibly can into your opponent's base. It's also about getting a strong economy up and running so that you can continue to stream out guys where you can. HerZog now getting into that line of Onagers, trying to do as much damage there as he can, but it looks like his Paladins are going to be cut down fairly easily. That's quite a lot of Onagers there for ImComing, and ImComing definitely has a strong hold on this situation. However, as I said before, he's playing very defensively, which means that HerZog hasn't really got to worry about defending his base so much. He can just move guys up to this front post here and get them, out there and into the mix. HerZog with another town centre down here. Unfortunately, those two villagers got killed there by that heavy camel. But as you can see, HerZog is doing quite a lot of spreading out himself, picking off villagers that stray too far from ImComing's base, managing, looks like, to take out this town centre here. And ImComing responding to that with some Mangudais. Of course, he wants to start getting some economy rolling now, but if we compare what ImComing is doing economically to HerZog, my gosh, HerZog's already got his market up, which means he's going to be selling up, buying some resources, with all this gold he's collecting. He's got plenty of villagers out already. No farms yet, but that is quite a lot of villagers there on gold already, and it looks like he's going to keep churning them out. Of course, Paladins are an extremely expensive unit, and just look at this. That's a good 100 men there at least, and he's just rolling up to ImComing's base without too much issue at all. ImComing now looking to get pretty desperate. He really needs to get some more town centres up. He's just got 2 up, about to complete his 3rd. But if you compare his villager count to HerZog's, he's quite far behind here. And let's just look at the map. HerZog has got clear domination here, getting out some trebuchets as well, which will enable him to, of course, try and take out these castles. ImComing extremely defensive, as I've already said, but these Paladins proving a bit of an issue for ImComing. He's taking out his siege extremely quickly. Mangudais aren't able to do so much damage to Paladins without the cover from the siege weapons. HerZog now coming in with the Halberdiers, and ImComing needs to be careful. Those Mangudais don't get out of the way, the Halberdiers will be able to cut through them fairly quickly. Trebuchet fire now coming into ImComing's base. Looks like he's going to be able to take out that castle if ImComing doesn't get his Mangudais out there to take out his trebuchets quick enough. More units now coming through from HerZog, and if we compare the actual army composition of these two players, HerZog's actually got quite a good strategy here. It makes sense to have the Paladins. They're obviously an extremely strong unit, but having the Halberdiers as well as backup, Halberdiers being strong against all horse units, and they are cheap to build, and you can build them en masse. So the Paladins can push through once the Halberdiers have just cleared out, or that initial sort of front line. Paladins, of course, are going to take out whatever siege is left, which isn't too much. HerZog here just getting into the economical line of ImComing, really taking out quite a few villagers there, and this could be disastrous now. Look up here, we've got HerZog really dominating the map. He's got another town centre and another one coming up here with plenty of farms around it, and he's already getting through these gold piles extremely quickly.